Hey, my name's James Nicholson. Welcome to my YouTube channel. We haven't got the whiteboard today, as you can see. This is a slightly different location. I'm going to take you on a tour around one of my 3-bedroom properties in Hastings. And while we're doing that, I want to talk about how the government just don't seem to know what the impact is going to be on not allowing landlords to re-let the property within 12 months if they serve a Section 8 because they want to sell the property. That's been brought up in Parliament. It's interesting to see that the government have no idea what impact this is going to have. So we're going to delve into that and more. And if you're new around here and you haven't done it already, do subscribe to the channel over there and hit that bell notification. We've just hit 50,000 subscribers. And by subscribing, you'll get all the latest house price news, interest rate news, property tips, and much, much more. And let's get some views on this video. Your part is simple. All you need to do is smash like, tickle like, do something to that like button. That helps with the YouTube algorithm, and that really does help the channel grow. So thanks to everyone that does that. So what's going on? Well, I'm in Hastings. It's been an early start today. I've come down to one of my properties here. It's vacant at the moment. This is with a social housing provider in the Hastings area. And this is a 3-bedroom house. You may, if you were one of the original subscribers on the channel, see when we did a full refurb of this property, we took this back to brick here. And this property needed some insulation. It was freezing cold in the winter in here, but today it's quite warm. This is the living room here. It's hard to see here exactly what's going on, but all of this here has got like a frame that we put in. There's stone behind that, so there had to be some like sheeting behind that, and then there's insulation behind that, and that's made this really warm in here, which is good. Then we've got a little kitchen in here. It's not a bad size. So this kitchen is just a B&Q special. We use the same kitchen in all of our properties. I'm not one of these people that tries to be clever and redesign kitchens every single time, because look, when you build a kitchen, sometimes you get little bits left over. So we keep those, a few leftover tiles, and we take them on to the next project. We use the same flooring in each one as well. And it just brings the cost down somewhat. So anyway, Matthew Pennycook, he's basically been questioned in Parliament this week about, have the government done any kind of analysis on the consequences of making properties be off the market for 12 months? Now, this is all down to the fact that in the Renters' Rights Act, when you give notice if you want to sell your property, you're not allowed to re-let it for a period of 12 months, or you could get fined. Now, that sounds well and good, because some landlords, if they want to get rid of a tenant, they could just say, look, I want to sell the property just to get the tenant out without much hassle. And in that scenario, they get rid of the tenant, and then some people do just re-let it. That does happen. Let's not pretend that it doesn't. And that's why they want to stop this. And what they've said was, look, you've got to wait 12 months in order to re-let the property. Now, when the arguments were going in with the government, with the Renters' Rights Bill, with the debates and all that kind of stuff, the arguments were, look, this needs to be reduced to 6 months, because let's just say a landlord puts a property up for sale, right? They put a property up for sale, and then they see the market's really slow. They might not understand. They might think, look, well, my property will be all right because I'll price it well and it will sell quite quickly. Then they put it on and it doesn't get viewings, it doesn't get offers, and it doesn't sell. Now they're thinking, wow, I've got to pay a mortgage here. This isn't great. Maybe I'll just put it back on to rent for a few more years, which a lot of people are doing. And then when the market picks up, I'll sell it then. So that's something that people have got to look at here. And so what the government have done by not doing any kind of study is just meant that loads of properties now are just going to be off the market, just sitting there doing nothing, empty. It just doesn't make sense. I think that, look, if you want to stop landlords making it so they say that they're going to sell it and then they don't, 6 months is plenty of times. No landlord doesn't want rent for 6 months. So it's a lot more expensive to lose 6 months rent than to maybe get a bad tenant out. So yeah, this just seems crazy that they haven't thought this through. What do you think about this? Let me know in the comments below. And yeah, these sorts of things, it's embarrassing that it comes out that they haven't done a study on this. Governments do studies on everything, and they haven't. So, a bit silly, really. So let's just give you a quick further little tour of this property. So this is 3 bedrooms. This is, where should we get the angle from? This is the upstairs. This is a big double bedroom here. This is the biggest bedroom in the house. Then we've got a stair up. I think this bit that I'm in now is an extension of the property. It's hard to tell because there's just render all around the property. So difficult to see. The surveyor that came around earlier thought the same. You've got another double bedroom here in Dorking area. This is a big double bedroom. You don't get this sort of size many as soon as you get to like Surrey and London. And then you have, I think you could almost call this a double bedroom just about as well. You can definitely fit a double bed in here. It's hard to tell from the video. But yeah, this property was on with a social housing provider. Tenants out. We're still getting paid rent, which is good. The new tenant is moving in a few weeks. Now they are going to do all the maintenance here. So it has got a little grubby. Definitely needs a lick of paint. They've said, without me even asking, when they came and had a look here earlier, we'll change the carpets, don't worry. So that's good. They're going to change the carpets. And the gutters are a bit full. So they're going to get someone out to sort that. So sometimes social housing can be good because it just takes off the stress. So I get a guaranteed rent. I get maintenance. Anything that's a little grubby, they'll sort. So yeah, loads of pros with doing this kind of stuff. What else do I want to say? So yeah, I think it's interesting that we've seen here that the government are showing that this Renters' Rights Act, a lot of it's just got thrown through Parliament because they want to basically get some voters to come back round to their side because they're not doing well in the polls at the moment, if we're honest, are we? And so Labour aren't doing particularly great at the moment. And so saying things like we got rid of Section 21 and landlords can't just kick you out and say they're going to sell the property, we're not going to allow them to do that for 12 months. All of this sounds good. But there's consequences to those actions. And the consequences are that you're just going to take extra rental stock out of the market unnecessarily that could have been brought back and relet. It's the same with the Section 21. Sounds good as well. But the courts are going to have a massive backlog. I've spoken with a letting agent that I use for other properties that I've got in Hastings while I've been down here. And the guy there said he's never seen so many Section 21s. Never, ever, ever has he seen so many Section 21s. Now, not all of those are Section 21s to sell. Some of those are, so Section 21s are no fault eviction. Some of those are Section 21s that the landlord just feels that tenant's been a little difficult. So I'll get rid of them now while I can and focus on getting a better quality tenant in before things get really difficult. So yeah, I think this is another silly admission from the government. Well, they're going to have to talk about this stuff, I guess. But yeah, let's see what happens. Let me know what you think about this. And if you haven't joined the VIP list, join the VIP list. What is that? Well, we're launching something very special in the next week or so. It is a really in-depth training. The cost is going to blow you away. Everyone else sells training for thousands. This isn't even hundreds. And it's going to have hundreds and hundreds of videos. By joining the VIP list, you will get an email and a text with the best price that you can get before it launches. And and you'll hear about it before anyone else. You're not compelled to buy. It's just a waiting list. So join the VIP list while you're here. Do smash like, do subscribe, do check out all the other content as well on the channel, including this video right here.